In our village, everyone slept at night, except her. Every night, when the village lay silent, she slipped out of her house and vanished into the darkness. No one knew where she went, and whispers spread that something was terribly wrong. Her older brother had always been curious, and one night he decided to follow her. He waited until midnight, then quietly slipped out of the house behind her. She moved silently, heading straight for the deep forest. The brother hid behind the trees, his heart pounding, as shadows shifted around him. Leaves rustled, but no wind blew. The girl stopped suddenly and whispered into the darkness, "I'm here." A cold, deep voice answered from the shadows, "Did anyone follow you?" The brother froze. The girl slowly turned her head, scanning the forest, and whispered, "I think someone did." Then the voice growled, low and menacing, "Bring him to us." The girl smiled at her brother, and in that moment, he realized she wasn't alone. The brother froze, heart pounding, hidden behind the trees. The girl's smile didn't reach her eyes. Something lurked in the shadows, moving silently. Suddenly, glowing eyes appeared all around the clearing, dozens of them. The creatures were tall, shadowy, with faint shapes just barely visible. The girl whispered softly to them, in a language the brother didn't understand. To his horror, the creatures obeyed her every word. The brother realized she was controlling them. One of the shadows stepped closer, growling low and menacing. The girl glanced at her brother and whispered, "If you move, they will know." Leaves rustled violently, and more glowing eyes emerged from the darkness. The forest felt alive, breathing, watching, waiting. The brother could barely breathe, trapped, frozen, and realizing the girl he thought he knew was no longer human. The brother's chest heaved. Every shadow in the forest paused as if alive. The glowing eyes surrounded them, hundreds now, moving closer. The tallest creature stepped forward, its shape towering, almost blending with the trees, eyes blazing like fire. The girl stood calm, almost regal, her long braided hair swaying in the moonlight. She whispered softly, and the creatures froze, bowing as if listening to a queen. The brother realized she had always been different. Not just different, she belonged to this darkness. "You shouldn't have followed me," she said, her voice echoing unnaturally. He tried to step back, but the forest itself seemed to trap him, roots curling like hounds, branches forming walls. One of the creatures growled, closer now, teeth glinting. The girl raised her hand, and the creatures froze again. Her eyes glowed brighter than any of theirs. "You've seen too much," she whispered, leaning close. "But maybe you're ready." The forest fell silent. The brother's heart pounded, trapped, terrified, unsure if he would survive. And then the girl smiled, stepping toward him, a final, terrifying promise in her eyes. The brother's voice trembled. "Why are they obeying you?" The girl looked at him for a long moment. Then she said something that made his blood run cold. "Because they're waiting for you." The brother's heart pounded violently in his chest. Suddenly the creatures moved aside, forming a wide circle around him. Their glowing eyes never left his face. The girl slowly stepped back into the shadows, her eyes glowing in the darkness. "Our family has guarded this forest for generations," she whispered. "And tonight, it chooses the next one." The glowing eyes turned toward the brother. One by one, the creatures bowed. A strange cold feeling spread through his body. Something ancient, something dark, awakening inside him. The brother slowly lifted his head. And when he opened his eyes, they were glowing too.